Here's our review for the Investigation 2 quiz we just took. So we have the graph of the money Jake earns while babysitting is shown below. Here's Jake's babysitting graph. The first question they ask is, what is the dependent variable and what is the independent variable? Well, the dependent variable is on our y-axis, and that is the money Jake made. And our independent variable is on our x-axis, and that's going to be our hours. Now, what would the equation be? Well, we use the equation y equals mx plus b. The only thing we're going to put in for our equation is our m and our b. M is our rate of change. So for every 1 hour, how much did Jake make? So we look at 1 in our line, and we look at where our y value is. We see that for 1 hour, he made $5. So that's going to be our m. For our b, that's our y-intercept. And we determine that by looking at our line and seeing where it hits the y-axis. So we see basically where we start at 0 hours. So if we look at our y-axis, we see how much Jake makes at 0 hours, and that's going to be our value for b, our y-intercept. If the line of the graph were steeper, what would it tell you about the money Jake is making? So we have our line right here. So if we had a line that was going up and down or something steeper, something along these ideas, what that tells us is right now Jake's making $5 per hour. So if we had another line that was steeper than that, we would see that he is making more per hour. So if we wrote an equation for such a line, for a line that's steeper than the original, we would have our y equals mx plus b, and our value for m would be greater than our value for m here, because our value for m is our rate of change. And if we had a steeper line, that would show us that we're making more per hour. So your m value here should be greater than your m value here, because a steeper line would have a greater rate of change.